don't know when it comes to education, Ghana is leading the way. In fact, so many Nigerians are shocked when they see the quality of STEM schools you will find in Ghana. So many Nigerians can't believe that despite the fact that, Nigeria calls itself the giant of Africa, Ghana is still leading when it comes to modern, high-quality schools. I want you to watch this Nigerian professor react to how modern Ghanaian schools are. And then we come back. I'm Delicious Army. Here I talk Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, and all the good stuff related to them. Kindly like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Education. And about Ghana, Mr. President, and I your country, we were at the same rate in 2010 in education. Today, the literacy rate is 72%. We are still at 51. And we were 49 where we started. We've only moved 2 steps, we've gone over 20. That's where we should be going. People are moving away. Small time now, we're talking about Ghana and everything taking over us. Even if you look at the GDP, it was 32 billion in 2010. Today is 65 billion. We were at 308 in 2010. We're just 395. So it is a question of looking and comparing yourself and moving in the direction that people are moving. It is one issue, leadership. Yeah. You cannot compete in the Formula 1 with an untrained drivers. Furthermore, the world is moving away. We need to move to where we are going. So this why all the leaders is giving people go to win elections. Exactly. Now you going to collect the funds back from them. In Ghana, election was conducted. Within few hours, the result was known. Everybody accepted, including Mr. President. Here we are going and shooting people and burning people down and killing people. And you say with the oil should go.
This is a public university hostel in Ghana. Now, this is a public university hostel in Nigeria. If I talk Transformative, Nigeria, which way we should hide our face? That's the truth. If I talk Transformative, if you have this kind of building in Nigeria, you can only see them in places like Ikoyi. Yes, in places like Banana Island, in places like Lekki, in places like Maitama in Abuja, in places like Port Harcourt. Yes, that's when you now see they will now call Ola of Lagos. He will now say, this apartment goes for 50 million naira per annum. You will love it. Look at the cabinet. You will love it. Look at the kitchen. You will love it. Look at the bedroom. You will love it. Yes, this kind of building, they only make it for big men in Nigeria. But look at Ghana. Look at Ghana. Nigerians, this is not AI. It's not AI. This is a public university hostel in Ghana. That's the truth. For talking about this, show me that Nigerian school, that Nigerian public school that has this kind of mansion. Now, for them to have this kind of public hostel in Ghana, imagine how their private university will look like. If I talk about this, see light everywhere. See how colorful the building is. Tell me how somebody will go to school in this kind of environment and they will not come out in flying color. Now, look at this other one in Nigeria. If you go to school in this kind of place, how do you want to come out in flying color? How do you want to come out in flying color? Nigerian government, which way? See, when you want to know the future of a country, you go to the schools. Yes, that's the truth. Go to the primary school, go to the secondary school, go to the university. Enough is enough. We can do better as a country.
Ghana University versus Nigeria University. The last time a Nigerian university student showed a video of rain falling on Nigerian university students while they were inside classroom. They had roof over their head, but they were using umbrella under the roof. Today I decided to video one of my class. So if you come, we have 2 air conditions, 2 big monitor screens as you can see on the wall. We have 2 CCTV cameras, 1 projector, inbuilt speakers to allow lecturers to speak to students without stressing their voice. And when you go outside, we have a very big lecture hall as you can see. Environment very clean, serene and conducive for students to settle and prepare for lectures. Without wasting too much time, this is my favorite statue on the university campus. So Nigerians, let's know if you have nice university with very neat classrooms like the one I just showed you. Peace.
Something happened for Ghana yesterday. If you don't know, you go know. Look at presentation. Just see presentation of a young. Wait, how many years you go this training before you do this presentation? I know say you know go any training. Now and I'm waiting there your heart. Now you just pour out. Wonderful. Where this guy dey? I get 20 cedis for am. I beg, who know this guy? I get, in fact, that 20 cedis na for recharge card. I want. You see, when we are talking about politicians do something great for your country, una dey follow us dey argue. Some people wey dey benefit for the bad politicians go dey tell you say wait. This girl is she attend private school or she attend government school? Is it not the same government school that the government build put the teachers that teach this girl how to speak English, how to speak English? Is it not the same government school? Is it not the same government school that the Ghana politicians make provision for, that taught this girl how to do everything that she do today? Look at the honor. Look at the humility. Is it humility? I'm not sabi that English. Look at the atmosphere. Look at the way as she dey do the presentation, everywhere just calm. You see police there? You see the way police go far? All the police, I believe, say no one carry gun, because you no get wetin they wan use gun shoot there. Nigerian politicians, now because of una make me dey do this video, make una come see wetin dey happen for Ghana, the country wey una dey look down. Abeg una, if una no value una children, make una value the future leaders of tomorrow. Even if una think say nothing good can come out of Nigeria youth, we believe that something good can come out. Something like this can easily come out from Nigeria children. Big up.
This video you are seeing here is a video of Ghanaian hostel. This is a Ghanaian hostel. See how beautiful and sophisticated it looks. There was a video trending of Nigerian hostel and people were crying. There are pictures of Nigerian hostels on the internet. Even Nigerians are saying that, really, is this a hotel or a Ghanaian hostel? But this is how Ghanaian hostels look. I schooled in Ghana. I schooled in Regent University. I was residing in Crystal Beam Hostel. If you guys know the hostel, you know that it's a very beautiful hostel. There are hostels even more beautiful than that, and that is a private hostel. This hostel you are seeing here is a government hostel. These people value education, and that is one positive thing about Ghanaians. And I think that has a lot to contribute to the peace and security in the country, because more citizens are educated. The more you are educated, the less prone to stupidity majority of you are. If people are educated, you know, go see them, they fight, they break bottle. They know when to talk and when not to talk. Even people where they smoke, they shy you, they do it publicly, just because of simple education. Because of education in Ghana, the Christians and Muslims are at peace. They love each other and they worship together. Surprisingly, I made a video the other day and people were actually praising there was a subject. You guys comment in the comment section, tell us the subject. There's a subject they taught them in secondary school or basic school, to love the other religion. I don't understand. Do we do it here in Nigeria? I don't know. We have Christian religious knowledge and Islamic religious knowledge in Nigeria. Ghanaians, comment in the comment section and tell us that subject. What is it? What does it have to do with the peace and love, religious peace and love in your country? Do they teach you to respect other people's religion and worship with them, or what? Because bottom line, all this ends with education. And they have free education nationwide. Free education, free healthcare. But today we are talking about the education. Only education plays a huge role in the peace and stability of their country, which is leading to major development. So you guys, Ghanaians especially, let us know that subject. What does it have to do with the peace, tranquility, and stability of religious unity in your country?
The first ever black professor in the world is a Ghanaian. The first ever scholar from the black race is a Ghanaian. A young man that studied law, medicine, logic, metaphysics, physiology, philosophy. Why do you think he wrote as a thesis, or what you call dissertation at that time? You know, why do you think he chose the topic? The absence of sensation in the faculty of sense in the human mind and their presence in the organic and living body. Think about this. Why did you think he wrote about that? He chose that topic. It was a deliberate act. He was driving a narrative. It was 1734, after his graduation. His defense was on that topic. Why do you think he wrote on that? This is a red gem, for crying out loud. Where is the project? We demand project works of that man. We demand for professors project work. So if you are with me, please type, let's go. Share this, let it get to the authorities. Please, Africans must wake up and we must demand what belongs to us. Nigeria just demanded for their sculptures that were taken from during the slave trade, and it was returned to Benin Kingdom. And we are talking about intellectual property that will change the entire human race, that will change the entire human, not black race, the entire human race and reasoning and thinking. And we are not asking for it. We demand for those things to be brought to us. Because we blacks, we don't know how to cherish our own. We don't know how to build on what we have. We allow people to tell us our history, and it is an error. A black man from Ghana, from Nzima, western region of Ghana, to have achieved this much, and we do not even know or hear about him that much. The United Nations should be supposed to be listening to the speech given by philosophers of Ghana and with regards to this man. Not only philosophers of Ghana, philosophers of every other African nation, using the project work, building on the project work of Professor Anton Amo. This is a man that existed in 1703 to about 1746 when he returned back to Ghana. That is in the archive of top scholars in the world. That his name is supposed to be mentioned when Aristotle, Socrates, and the rest are mentioned. I'm talking about Anton Williams Amo. He was born in 1703. Was snatched from the love of his parents at the age of 5 or thereabout, and was into this transatlantic slave trade thing. And when God wants to ordain a man, like how God wanted to use Moses to liberate the children of Israel from Egypt, was carried by those transatlantic slave traders, Dutch West Indies, and was given as a gift to the Duke of Brunswick, where this young man found favor. He found favor, and they took him in as a child, and decided not to use him as a slave, but to make him be seen as a human being, because at that time, let me tell you, blacks were not seen as human beings. Their grandfathers, they were still selling their own. They were, even you that was selling, they didn't even see you as a human being. That is what Anton Amo went to discover when he got to Germany. And at that time, he started fighting for the rights and the privilege of the blacks to be given to the blacks. About 1727 to 1734, that period. That's hence his thesis in his prelims university project work, that he said that the topic, his title was "Blacks Have No Rights in Europe." He spoke in 6 different languages. He spoke Greek, he spoke Latin, he spoke German, he spoke French, he spoke English, and the German spoke the High and the Low German. This guy was a genius. He's not a regular child. He wasn't a regular child. That's why he was loved by the dukes. The black diamond. He was the black star. The real black star we are talking about. Why do you think Ghana adopted black star? The real black star. In the midst of all the white, he was shining. In the midst of all the white, he was a professor. In the midst of all the white, he was a lecturer. In the midst of all the white, he was a leader. He was a philosopher of high repute. Please, the president of Ghana, I plead with you, continue what Kwame Nkrumah wanted to do, because Kwame Nkrumah wanted to raise a foundation in the name of Professor Amo, and unfortunately he could not do it. Please, I beg of you, it is a diamond that we need. We need those project works. We need our philosophers. Let there be affiliation. The University of Ghana, Legon, and the University of Halle, Germany. The University of Wittenberg, Ghana, Germany. We need it badly. So we need it badly. The ancestral spirit is back. I'm telling you the truth. We need this project work. I'm not angry for nothing.
Thank you, my brother.
When I was reading the project, when I was having research on this, I was reading this thing and I was getting angry, because at the point they would tell me limited information. When I go to some point, it will limited information. Where are the project work of this man?
You all know Ghana education for a very long time has been spoken about. When it comes to quality education, people always say go to Ghana. In fact, so many Nigerians I know have left Nigeria to go to Ghana for university education. They'll tell you in Ghana they don't strike. Yes, in Ghana they don't do ASU. In Ghana, the cutoff is low. That is, you don't need a high requirement to go to the university. And have you seen Ghanaian universities? Ghanaian universities are not here to joke with you. They are not here to play with you. Don't play. Don't play with Ghanaian universities. If not, you will learn the very, very hard way. One thing I love about Ghanaian education for a while is that the government is putting so much money to ensure that they educate the average Ghanaians. In Nigeria, you all know that government schools are not that good. They used to be very good, but currently are not that good. But in Ghana, government schools are like top tier. When I say government schools, government-owned schools are like top tier, except for some government schools that have refused to accept development, which we have in every country. But most Ghanaian schools in, Ghana are top tier, particularly the government one, except you have plenty money or you want a specific kind of education for your child. That is when you start, gunning for private schools. That is to tell you how good the Ghanaian educational system is. You all know that the former Minister of Education in Ghana, Professor Adutim, yes, how he commissioned a lot of STEM schools in Ghana. He ensured that STEM schools become the, beacon of, Ghanaians' educational future. And trust me, his administration did so well that today, Ghanaian children are still enjoying STEM education. This is something that we don't have in Nigeria. Even if we have it, they are in private schools. Now let's go back to the Ghanaian university education. Have you seen the quality of Ghanaian schools? Have you ever heard, as a Nigerian, that the Ghanaian universities are going on strike? Have you heard it? You don't hear it before? It doesn't happen there. That is because the government is committed in ensuring that it educates its growing population. One thing I want you to know is that an uneducated population will create more menace. When the average person do not know the left from their right, how would they, create a better society for me and you? That is why when you look at many of the population that lacks education, average education, basic education, they are the ones that create the most menace. And that is why in Ghana, even when you see one or two rapes here and there, it doesn't go to the extreme because at least the average person has the basic education. This is the aspect I feel the Nigerian government need to do put in more work. Currently, doctors are on strike in Nigeria. Imagine a society where you can't go to the hospital and access basic needs like meeting a doctor. Imagine if that government will, put in more money or implement policies that will prioritize education. Education and healthcare goes hand in hand. You can't do one and neglect the other. ASU is threatening to go on strike in Nigeria. Why? Because their needs have not been met. Salaries are being owed, pensions are being owed, and a whole lot of things. This is what I feel the Nigerian government should put in more of their time, more of their money, more of their effort to educate the growing Nigerian population. Because if we have a population that is not educated, we'll be creating more menace. But lovelies, feel free to drop your own opinions in the comment section. I'm Delicious Army. Here I talk Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, and all the results relating to them. Kindly like the video and subscribe to the channel.